Imagine a line, invisible yet palpable, slicing through the heart of a bustling metropolis. This is the central axis of Beijing, a 4.7-mile testament to centuries of Chinese history and urban planning. It stretches from the Yongding Gate in the south to the Bell Tower and Drum Tower in the north. This axis embodies the philosophical and cosmological beliefs that have shaped China for millennia. How often do we pause to consider the grandeur of urban planning? At the 46th UNESCO World Heritage Conference in New Delhi, India, a fascinating resolution was passed on the 27th. It included Beijing's Central Axis, a masterpiece of China's ideal capital order in the World Heritage List. This illustrious addition means China now boasts a whopping 59 World Heritage Sites. Impressive, isn't it? But what exactly makes this central axis so special, you ask? When we think of urban planning, our minds might dart to modern skyscrapers or futuristic cities. However, let's take a delightful detour back to the 13th century, where the seeds of Beijing's central axis were sown. Initially constructed during this time, it wasn't until the 16th century that the axis took its present shape, becoming a remarkable 7.8-kilometer stretch, the longest urban axis in the world. Isn't it curious how such ancient roots have thrived into a symbol of cultural heritage? The story of the Beijing Central Axis is a captivating tale of evolution and heritage. As it meanders through the old city's north and south, this axis tells tales of a bygone era, whispering secrets from over 7 centuries. How did it manage to survive and thrive through the dynasties and revolutions, you wonder? The central axis isn't just a straight line on the map, but a masterpiece of design and engineering. From the 13th century foundations to its 16th century completion, each brick and beam was meticulously planned. The result? A living testament to China's capital construction tradition that has influenced urban planning for over 2,000 years. Isn't that an architectural marvel worth exploring? The cultural impact of the central axis is profound. Imagine a structure that not only stands the test of time, but also embodies the very essence of a civilization's philosophical ideals. The central axis is the epitome of Zhong, centrality, and harmony, concepts deeply rooted in Chinese culture. How has this shaped Beijing's identity over the centuries? This grand design, with its emphasis on symmetry and cosmic harmony, influenced Beijing's development for centuries. The central axis was destined to be the spine of a capital, a symbol of imperial might, and a testament to Chinese civilization.
Welcome to our latest video, where we take you on an enthralling journey through the heart of Beijing, exploring the newly recognized UNESCO World Heritage Site, Beijing's Central Axis. This 7.8-kilometer stretch, steeped in history and cultural significance, showcases the grandeur of Chinese urban planning and architecture. Join us as we delve into its historical evolution, its stunning architectural marvels, and the profound cultural impact it has had over the centuries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating insights into World Heritage Sites. The Central Axis isn't just a single entity, it's a constellation of 15 heritage components, each with its own story and significance. From the bustling Bell and Drum Tower to the serene Temple of Heaven, each site is a jewel in Beijing's crown. Shall we take a closer look at these magnificent components? Starting from the north, we encounter the Bell and Drum Tower, resonating with historical echoes. Then there's Wanning Bridge and Jingshan, each adding a unique flavor to the Central Axis. How do these northern jewels contribute to the grandeur of the axis? The central part of the axis is dominated by iconic landmarks like the Forbidden City, Duanmen, and Tiananmen. These sites aren't just historical, they're the heartbeats of Beijing. What stories do they whisper to the visitors who walk their grounds? They readily adopted and adapted Chinese architectural styles, blending them with their own nomadic traditions to create a unique hybrid aesthetic. Moving south, the grandeur continues with structures like Zhongyangmen, the ancient Nongtan, and Yongding Gate. Each site holds a mirror to China's rich heritage. How do these southern components blend with the rest to complete the axis? This idea, borrowed from Central Asian cities like Karakoram, found its ultimate expression in Beijing's Forbidden City, a sprawling palace complex that remains one of the world's most iconic architectural marvels. The Forbidden City, situated at the heart of the central axis, exemplifies the grandeur and symbolism embedded in Emperor's vision. Its layout, with its series of courtyards, gates, and halls arranged along a north-south axis, reinforces the concept of the Emperor as the celestial mediator, progressing ever closer to the heavens as one ventured deeper into the palace. Beyond the Forbidden City, the Chinese influence is evident in the city's wide avenues, designed to accommodate large military parades, and its network of canals, inspired by the waterways of Emperor's homeland. These features, practical and symbolic, were a testament to the Chinese ability to adapt and innovate, leaving an indelible mark on the urban fabric of Beijing.
The Yuan dynasty, for all its might, proved relatively short-lived. In the mid-14th century, it was overthrown by the Ming Dynasty, led by the charismatic Zhong, who took the name Hongwu Emperor. Hongwu, eager to distance himself from his Mongol predecessors, ordered the destruction of many Yuan-era buildings. However, he recognized the strategic importance of Beijing and decided to rebuild the city as his capital, renaming it Beiping, meaning Northern Peace.
Hongwu's vision for Beiping was not one of wholesale destruction, but of transformation. He sought to create a city that embodied the Confucian ideals of order, harmony, and social hierarchy. To realize his vision, Hongwu enlisted the help of Liu Bowen, a brilliant scholar official and strategist. Liu, deeply versed in Confucian and Taoist philosophy, saw in Beiping's existing layout an opportunity to create a city that reflected these principles in its very design. He oversaw the expansion and modification of the city, adhering to the established central axis while incorporating new elements that reinforced the Ming Dynasty's legitimacy and power.
Under the Ming Dynasty, the central axis of Beijing became more than just a physical line. It evolved into a conduit for cosmic energy, or qi, according to the principles of Feng Shui. Feng Shui, an ancient Chinese practice, emphasizes the harmonious arrangement of the built environment to promote balance and positive energy flow. Liu Bowen, a firm believer in Feng Shui, meticulously planned the city's layout to ensure the smooth flow of qi along the central axis. The placement of buildings, gates, and even trees was carefully considered to avoid blocking or disrupting this energy. This emphasis on Feng Shui is evident in the placement of key buildings along the axis. The Forbidden City, situated at the heart of the axis, is flanked by two large parks, Jingshan Park to the north and Zhongshan Park to the west, representing the balance of yin and yang energies. These parks, with their artificial hills, lakes, and carefully cultivated landscapes, were designed to regulate the flow of qi, ensuring harmony within the imperial palace and, by extension, the entire city. The central axis itself was seen as a conduit for qi, connecting the heavens to the earth and imbuing the emperor, residing at the axis's heart with cosmic power. This belief in the power of Feng Shui to influence fate and fortune was deeply ingrained in Chinese culture and played a significant role in shaping the design and development of Beijing. A line through time, the enduring significance of the axis. The central axis has symbolized imperial power for over 7 centuries. Each dynasty, from Yuan to Qing, added structures and reinterpreted its symbolism. During the Qing dynasty, the axis stretched over 4.7 miles, encompassing architectural masterpieces. The Tianmen Gate, Temple of Heaven, Forbidden City, and Drum and Bell Towers stand as testaments to this urban design. The axis shaped Beijing's social and spatial organization. It connected the imperial palace to the outer city. The Chinese Communist Party incorporated the axis into their vision for a modern socialist capital. What makes a site worthy of UNESCO's prestigious list? For Beijing's central axis, it's not just about age or beauty, but its profound cultural and historical significance. Recognized for meeting criteria 3 and 4, the axis embodies traditional Chinese capital planning theory and stands as a mature example of urban design. Intrigued by these criteria? The central axis is a testament to China's philosophical ideals of Zhong and harmony. Its design and layout have significantly contributed to world urban planning history. What makes these contributions so invaluable? As a mature example of a traditional Chinese capital's central axis, this site represents a unique type in the history of world cities. How does its design reflect the pinnacle of traditional urban planning? Beijing's central axis, with its long history and profound symbolism, distinguishes it from many other globally recognized cities. While cities like Paris, Rome, and Washington, D.C. boast impressive avenues and monuments, none can match the sheer scale and historical depth of Beijing's central axis. Paris's Champs-Élysées, for example, while a grand boulevard, lacks the cosmological and philosophical underpinnings of Beijing's axis. Rome's Via Sacra, though steeped in history, served primarily as a processional route, while Beijing's axis functioned as the city's primary artery, connecting the heavens to the earth and the emperor to his subjects. Washington, D.C.'s National Mall, with its monuments and museums, reflects a more modern approach to urban planning, emphasizing open spaces and public accessibility. Beijing's central axis, in contrast, was conceived as a space of power and hierarchy, designed to inspire awe and reinforce the emperor's authority. These comparisons highlight the uniqueness of Beijing's central axis. It is not merely a grand avenue or a collection of impressive buildings, it is a living testament to a millennia-old civilization's understanding of cosmology, philosophy, and urban design.
Today, Beijing's central axis is a vibrant mix of old and new, where ancient temples and palaces stand alongside modern skyscrapers and bustling commercial districts. The Chinese government, recognizing the axis's cultural and historical significance, has undertaken ambitious preservation and restoration efforts to ensure its continued legacy. At the same time, Beijing has embraced modern technology to enhance the visitor experience along the axis. Interactive maps, augmented reality apps, and audio guides provide visitors with in-depth information about the history, architecture, and cultural significance of the sites along the axis. Mobile payment systems, now ubiquitous in China, have made it easier than ever for visitors to navigate the axis and purchase tickets, souvenirs, and refreshments. Free Wi-Fi hotspots along the route allow visitors to share their experiences instantly on social media, further amplifying the axis's global reach. These technological advancements have not only made the central axis more accessible, but have also helped to engage a new generation of visitors, both domestic and international, with the rich history and cultural heritage embodied in this remarkable urban landscape.
In 2012, Beijing's central axis received the ultimate recognition of its global significance when it was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. This prestigious designation acknowledges the axis's outstanding universal value as a masterpiece of human creative genius and a testament to the enduring legacy of Chinese civilization. The UNESCO inscription encompasses a 7.8-kilometer, 4.8-mile stretch of the central axis, including 80 buildings and sites of historical and cultural significance. These include iconic landmarks like the Forbidden City, the Temple of Heaven, and the Summer Palace, as well as lesser-known but equally important sites like the Guozijian, or Imperial College, and the Yonghe Temple, also known as the Lama Temple. This recognition has not only boosted tourism to Beijing, but has also spurred further efforts to preserve and protect the axis for future generations. The Chinese government, in collaboration with international organizations, has implemented strict conservation measures and launched educational programs to raise awareness about the importance of preserving this irreplaceable cultural treasure. The future of the central axis hinges on continuous efforts to protect and pass down this heritage. From advanced preservation techniques to innovative tourism strategies, the path ahead is both challenging and exciting. What future plans are in store to ensure the central axis remains a global treasure? Inclusion in the World Heritage List is a monumental achievement for Beijing's central axis. It's a recognition of its historical, cultural, and architectural significance. But it's also a call to action, to preserve, protect, and celebrate this legacy. As we marvel at its grandeur, let's ponder, how will we contribute to safeguarding this timeless treasure for future generations? And remember, history isn't just a subject, it's a living, breathing entity that we must cherish and protect.